Ruby Rose, so cool to finally get to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
When you were working in Australia as an MTV VJ, did you ever think you'd be sitting on that side of the camera talking about your role in a Vin Diesel film?
No. I did spend a bit of time, on this side of the camera for other projects, but all I ever wanted to do was act, All I ever wanted to do was get into film, and it did feel like for a while there that may not have been my destiny, but moving to the States and pursuing that was one of the greatest decisions that I've ever made, and I love it, I really love it, and I feel like finally I get to do what I've always wanted to do.
You get to do some really cool stuff. Tell me how you convinced the studio to let you do all your stunts in this film.
It's not an easy feat, I'll tell you that. It's not an easy feat. They basically require you, which totally makes sense, especially in the middle of production. They don't want you to get injured. They require you to do a lot of training and a lot of the sort of safety elements of it. But I was so fit for this role anyway. I'd been training, and I'd been training with Vin. And carrying the rifle around that was 20 pounds, I was just I was sort of getting like Wolverine at one point. I was just like, whoosh. The only thing I really had to train specifically for was probably the ropes, like the silk
that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I just kept watching Pink videos. And I was like, how does she do this and sing? But I did it, and it was at 4 a.m. in the Dominican Republic, and it was after a long day, and I thought, gosh, am I up to this? Can I do it? And I was like, yeah. And the adrenaline kicked in, and it's one of my most favourite things to do.
So many people are going, oh, wow, Ruby Rose, an overnight success. How long did it take you to become an overnight success? And how did you keep going during those years of unemployment? How did you not run home?
Yeah, well, it was tempting. I think there's a sort of famous saying, I don't know who said it, but that, every overnight success is 15 years in the making, and it's so ironic because it literally was sort of 15 years to the day. But, it was a lot of hard work, and being unemployed, I think, was actually very good for me. I obviously didn't want to be unemployed. I was looking for work, but after working sort of 12 years nonstop, back home, I actually think I needed it to ground myself, to focus, and to work out what I really ultimately wanted to do. And the moments that I wanted to go home, there was a couple of times I did, and then I just ran out of money, so I couldn't go home. And it was good, because that was when I had to fully commit, and I made a short film which really helped me at least get into the audition for Orange, which started this whole entire amazing journey.
That short film was amazing, as were you in Orange is the New Black. Turning up to set on the first day, what were you thinking? I mean, that was after 2 years of unemployment.
It was. I was very nervous. And there's a lot of it that I can't watch back. I sort of go, gosh,
really?
I wish I knew then what I know now. I loved towards the end of the season when I'd obviously gotten a bit more comfortable, but it's wild that I was nervous at all, because that is the most supportive group of women and the directors and everyone involved. So I definitely feel like it's probably like, if you're a musician, your first album, painter, your first painting, you're always going to look back and sort of go, oh, I wish I did that differently. But it was a great experience for me, and it's led me to where I am. And every single role I do, I learn more. And this one especially, with Sam Jackson, Toni Collette, who I have loved since forever, Donnie and Vin. You just have this cast of such amazing, critically acclaimed actors that I got to just stare at and watch and be like a sponge.
You've done 3 action films back to back, but now your next one, which I'm so excited about, Pitch Perfect.
I know.
Completely different. What can you tell me about that?
Well, I really wanted to, I love action. That's sort of what I love. And Adele kind of was the epitome of everything that I would want to be in an action film, and Van and everyone involved in that. And then I wanted to sort of break the sequels, because I'd done all sequels. And so then I did Meg, which was not a sequel. And I was like, I broke the sequel curse, as they call it. And then but it was still kind of action, but she's a scientist, so it's a new role. And then I was like, now I've got to sort of break the action curse, as they say. And none of this is a curse. These are all fantastic problems to have. And then I landed a comedy. So I feel like I just can't believe how lucky I am to be doing all of this.
Well, you're lucky. You're not really lucky. You're actually putting in the hard work, and it's great to see good things happen to good people. Ruby, I could talk to you forever.
Thank
you. I'm going
you
to
so
let you
much.
go, and I'm just going to go watch you in the movies.
Oh, you are so sweet. And you know what? You're right. I think, but people get lucky, and then you have to take that and make something of it and work hard through it. Because we can all get lucky and then do nothing with it and think that's just something that you're owed, and you're not. So I have gotten lucky, but by working hard through that and having people believe in me is probably the biggest reason why I'm still here.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we